The community center was opened 2 years and 5 months ago, adding the ability to elect mayors with special perks and events in Skyblock. In today's video, I'll be discussing what the best things are to do and ways to earn money when each mayor is elected. If you enjoy the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing. I'd really appreciate it and it helps the channel out a lot. Also, if you haven't already, head on over to my Discord. We hold weekly Skyblock giveaways and it's a great place to hang out. See you there. Every 5 days in real time, 5 mayors are chosen at random to compete in an election with their ability to display a maximum of 3 perks per regular mayor. A lot of players ignore the fact that mayors can be really useful depending on how many perks they are present. Some perks are good, others not so much. There are regular mayors and special mayors, also including the once-off mayors like Dante and Technoblade, but I won't be covering them in this video. Starting off with regular mayors, Diana is a mythological pet caretaker. Unlike all mayors, Diana has a passive event which is always running during the time she is elected. This perk is called the Mythological Ritual and it's the third of the 3 possible perks Diana offers. During this event, you'll need to dig up griffin burrows using the ancestral spade that can be bought off Diana in the community center. The high level griffin pet you use while digging these burrows up, the harder the mobs you'll need to kill, therefore the better loot you'll receive. This is because the Griffin's Odyssey ability, so make sure you get the highest rarity Griffin you can. The burrows are only really worth it if you have an epic or legendary Griffin, because of the possible loot drops. Besides RNG drops, the most consistent items you'll get are Griffin feathers that sell on the bazaar for 50,000 coins. Mods like Skytills or Skyblock extras can be super helpful while digging these burrows up as they show you the exact location you need to get to. Also, the most efficient way to get between burrows is using teleportation weapons such as the Aspect of the End. Diana's first perk, Pet XP buff, provides 35% extra pet XP, which can be helpful for leveling up pets. I suggest playing floor 6 in dungeons and killing the terracottas to level up pets as they give quite a bit of XP. Diana's second perk, Lucky, gives 25 more pet luck. The higher pet luck you have, the higher chance you have to craft higher rarity pets. Overall, Diana is a decent mayor for coins and pet XP, but she's only really worth voting for if her ritual perk is present. Now on to Paul, the Dungeon Explorer. As clearly shown in his name, Paul is a very popular mayor for dungeon players. His first perk, Easy Peasy, gives 10 extra bonus score in dungeons, allowing room for more mistakes. Players will also be able to skip rooms like Trap in order to achieve faster runs. Marauder is his second perk, which makes dungeon reward chests 20% cheaper. This is really handy for dungeon grinders, as the small profits like enchanted books will go down by 20% in the chests, but barely go down in price on the auction house. Flippers can also take advantage of Paul, as players tend to undercut the lowest bin to sell their loot faster. After Paul has been retired as mayor, prices of most dungeon items go back to normal, which is why you shouldn't panic sell. His third perk, Benediction, makes blessings 25% stronger, which doesn't make much of a difference for floor 7 or master mode grinders, but will make a massive difference for early game floor 1 players. I think that Paul is one of the best mayors. If you see him with all 3 perks, make sure to elect him as he's really beneficial for dungeon players. Now on to Aatrox, Maddox's brother-in-law. Aatrox is a Slayer mayor, meaning you'll want to be grinding, of course, a lot of Slayers. With his first perk, similar to Cole's first, the Slayer XP buff provides 25% extra Slayer XP, which can save so much time and money while grinding for level requirements. Aatrox's second perk is one of the most popular as it increases the chance for rare drops by 20%. It may not seem like much, but a small percentage could be what's needed to get drops like a Warden Heart and a Judgment Core. Last of all, Aatrox's third perk makes it a lot more affordable to do Slayers as their prices are split in half. Put into perspective, say if you did 500 Revenant tier 5s without Aatrox, you'd spend 50 million coins. If you did the exact same when Aatrox is mayor and has his slash pricing perk, you'd only spend 25 million, which saves you 25 million coins. That's also including the plus 25% extra Slayer XP and 20% chance for rare drops if all 3 perks are present. Aatrox is a very good mayor for leveling up your Slayer skill, but it's worth the wait for him to have all 3 perks present. Next up is Cole the Miner. With Cole's first perk, Mining XP buff, you want to be mining like crazy as it gives you 1.5 times mining experience on public islands. I suggest doing commissions while mining mithril in the Dwarven Mines or gemstones in the Crystal Hollows. You should also invest in good fuel for minions because on top of the XP buff, as his second perk is to make mining minions 25% faster. His third perk is an event called the Mining Fiesta that happens at the beginning of early summer and early August. It lasts for 10 hours and 20 minutes real time. In this event, you'll be given another 1.5 times mining experience buff, along with 2 times drops and unique loot, such as refined minerals. Refined minerals are used to make mineral armor, which can be quite good for early game. You can earn minerals by mining ores on any mining island, but since they're only worth around 30,000, it's a money making method for early game players. I suggest mining crystals during the mining fiesta because it will earn you the most money. As Cole is the mining mare, be sure to mine as much as you can to level up your mining skill and earn loads of money. Up next is Marina, the fisherwoman. If you're planning on leveling up your fishing skill, wait until Marina is elected because she boasts an insane plus 50% extra fishing XP on public islands. Marina's second perk, Luck of the Sea 2.0, provides plus 15 sea creature chance everywhere in Skyblock. This can be really useful for people who are yeti or worm fishing because it can fill in their missing sea creature chance. If you're wondering how to worm fish, I made a video which will be in the top right hand corner of this video. Although Marina's first two perks are decent, she's only really worth being elected if a third perk is present, this being the Fishing Festival. The festival happens 12 times when Marina is elected and they each last for 1 hour. You'll need decent fishing gear along with shark bait to get any good drops and profit. Sharks are the most popular sea creature and the main focus of the Fishing Festival as they drop shark teeth, fins, and megalodon pets. Shark teeth can be sold on the bazaar for a decent profit or used to craft gear and talismans. Keep in mind that fishing up sharks depends on your fishing level as the best shark, the great white, needs at least fishing level 24. Overall, Marina can be a really overpowered mare for coins and fishing XP as long as her third perk is present. Next up is Foxy, the event girl. Foxy is well known for making events a lot easier and more worthwhile. Her first perk, Sweet Tooth, grants a plus 20% chance to get candy from mobs during the Spooky Festival. I recently uploaded a video on the easiest and most efficient ways to do the Spooky Festival, which I'll link in the top right hand corner of this video as well. During the festival, depending on your setup, you can earn up to 10 million coins from candies alone. With Foxy elected, that 10 million coins can go even higher because of the small but decent buff. Her second perk comes into play when Jerry's workshop is open and running. Earn 2.5 times more gifts than usual with the Benevolence perk. This makes the workshop events much more worth doing. To finish it all up, her third perk is to schedule an extra event during the year she is elected. This can be super helpful because as mentioned before, events like the Mining Fiesta, Fishing Festival and Spooky Festival can earn you quite a bit of coins. Foxy is a good mare for making events that extra bit more profitable and fun. Up next is Diaz, the economist. Diaz isn't a very popular mare, but when elected, she can make a decent amount of money. Her first perk, Barrier Street, increases all interest by 25%, which is handy but it's not worth electing her for. Her second perk, Shopping Spree, is what Diaz is most commonly voted for as this perk gives you the ability to buy 10 times past the NPC shop limit. People might tell you to buy items to NPC to bazaar flip like packed dice, but this hardly earns as much money as buying dandelions. They're only flowers, right? Well, yes, but these flowers are what are used to craft the flower minions higher tiers. You can buy them from the builder in the hub and turn them into enchanted dandelions. You'll then want to sell them as an auction on the auction house because they're an uncommon item which cannot be sold on bin. Each enchanted dandelion, if lucky, sells for about 100,000 coins and you're able to buy 40 worth per day, adding up to a profit of 4 million coins per day. As anyone can do this money making method, Diaz is a completely underrated mare for any early game to mid game players. Now onto Barry, the wizard. Barry has almost completely useless perks, hence why he's never been elected as mayor. The admins might decide to buff him, but they're pretty busy at the moment with other updates, so it's pretty unlikely. His first perk, Magic XP Boost, gives 15% more enchantment and alchemy XP. Sure, this can be somewhat helpful, but 15% is not a lot, and the experimentation table along with brewing stands already gives so much XP. His second perk, Arcane Catalyst, could be useful for dungeons, but again, since magic damage is only increased by 15%, it's not worth voting for Barry. His final perk, Astral Negotiator, reduces the cost of enchanting and anvil uses by 15%. Since enchants and grand experience bottles are so cheap, this again is a completely useless perk. Honestly, at this point in time, I wouldn't vote for Barry unless there was a buff, but I guess if you really did need an XP boost, his first perk would help you. After going through all the regular mares, it's finally time to go over some more interesting leaders, these being the special mares. Special mares have a small chance to replace a regular mare in the election and are usually picked because of their really good perks. When the special mares are elected, all of their perks are present, therefore making them very overpowered. Starting off with Derpy. Derpy is an interesting mare, which you'll notice by looking at his face. He has a total of 4 perks which have their pros and cons. The reason for this is because during his reign as mayor, the auction house will be closed and mobs spawn with double their regular health. On the good side though, all minions have double the output and you gain plus 50% more skill XP. Because of their XP and minion output buffs, invest in Hypixel or other good fuels as they skyrocket in price when Derpy is elected. If you have decent minions, I suggest using Hypixel yourself as you'll earn tons of coins and XP. Many rich players don't think about buying minion fuel before Derpy is elected, therefore giving you a perfect flipping opportunity. Do make sure to sell drops well after Derpy, as people undercut to sell their items faster when the auction house is re-enabled. Derpy is a very useful special mare which can earn you millions from flipping and minions alongside a massive buff in skill XP. Next is Jerry. Jerry is known to be very overpowered as his first ability, Perk Apocalypse, activates all perks of another regular mare every 18 Skyblock days or 6 hours real time. For every mare's perks that are present, do the strategies I suggested before, because you'll earn millions if you plan it outright. The second and very useful perk is Stats Apocalypse, which provides a 10% boost to all stats. This perk is very similar to the legendary Ender Dragon's superior perk. It's almost better as you can equip an additional dragon or cheaper pet to deal lots of damage. The last of Jerry's perks is Jerry Apocalypse. It's a passive perk that allows you to spawn these Jerry-like NPCs called Hidden Jerrys which have guaranteed valuable drops, these being Jerry boxes. Jerrys are spawned from killing mobs, mining, farming or foraging. Don't bother constantly grinding Hidden Jerrys as there is a small cooldown of 6 minutes, which you can get mods like SkyTools to display. In my opinion, Jerry is one of the best mares because he has every other regular mare's perks and his very own amazing money making perks. Finally, Scorpius. When voting for Scorpius, depending on how long you've been playing for, you get a free 50,000 to 1 million coins as a bribe. I can't say this is very good for the economy, but it's a once-off rare occasion, so hardly as bad as farming is for inflation. Scorpius' second perk and last perk, Dark Auctions, is the main reason why you should vote for him. With this perk, Dark Auctions are completely revamped, increasing the number of rounds from 4 to 7 and offering special items such as a Plasma Nucleus. I suggest attending as many Dark Auctions as you can. The reason for this is because if you're able to get your hands on cheap special items, they'll be worth a lot once inflation occurs. Examples of these items include enchanted books like Big Brain, Counter-Strike and Vicious. If you can't attend Dark Auctions, buy the items off the auction house when they're at their cheapest for the best flip. Scorpius is a good mare as you can earn a good amount of money while flipping and bidding, however unfortunately he has no passive perks. Overall, mares can be completely overlooked, but by using these strategies I suggested, you'll be able to make the most of every mare in Hypixel Skyblock. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Don't forget to join my Discord. Thanks for watching. See ya!